everyone. This is Diane Zimmerman, the Powerful Biz Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into the Ultimate Business Conversation. I am so sorry. For some reason, with the algorithms, I am no longer able to use StreamYard to broadcast to Facebook Live and the Facebook group. So what I'm going to have to do is you're going to have to subscribe to our YouTube page in order to get our lives if you want to do our lives. So for now on, the Ultimate Business Conversation with the Powerful Biz Woman and Grown Women will be mostly recorded live from YouTube. So here is the YouTube. Subscribe to the Ultimate Business Conversation YouTube channel at bit.ly YouTube UBC. And I apologize for being 40 minutes late. But for some reason, Facebook does not allow me to broadcast live from StreamYard. So the only platform I'll be able to broadcast live is on our YouTube. And what I'll do is I'll just drop these. Once I'm finished, I'll just go ahead and drop the link for you to look at it from YouTube. But I want to thank you so much for tuning into the Ultimate Business Conversation. You always have technical difficulties, but you must persevere. That's one thing that I learned from doing UBC 2021 is to persevere and not give up, and don't allow these social media platforms to confine you to just them. And I'm starting to realize that Facebook is really gearing towards a way allowing you to really do certain things when it comes to your business on your personal page. And I'm trying to learn how to gear everything towards my personal group, but the Ultimate Biz Leaders, but it wouldn't even allow me to do that. So what I'm going to do is, for now on, I'm going to start using Zoom to broadcast to my Facebook. And I'm also going to use YouTube as well. So some broadcasts will be on YouTube and some will be on Facebook. But I don't think I can do both like I thought I could. Something's going on with StreamYard and Facebook. But I apologize about that. But I want to give you 5 things that I learned from doing UBC 2021. The first thing I learned is to persevere and don't give up. When we did UBC 2021, we were going to be live, but the problem we had was we were not getting the right people, enough customers to buy tickets. So we decided to just do it virtually. So one thing I learned is to persevere and don't give up when it comes to working your business, when it comes to being a business owner, when it comes to being an entrepreneur. If you are providing a service to people, you have to be willing to not give up. You have to be willing to persevere and just don't give up. And that was one thing that I learned, was don't give up on what you're doing. And number 2, me and Alina learned that we needed to hire a virtual assistant because we had one sponsor that was dissatisfied with the service she received. The company paid to be a sponsor, and the issue was that we didn't give them the sponsorship package in a timely manner. And we realized, we made an executive decision to refund that sponsor their money back. And we told them, we thank you for bringing your dissatisfaction to our attention so that we can better serve our sponsors and speakers and partners in the future. So one thing that we realized is that we needed to hire a virtual assistant so that if Alina and I are not able to respond, we'll have someone on the team who will be able to respond to all our partners, to the speakers, to the sponsors of our upcoming, conferences. So that was lesson number 2. Number 1 is persevere. Number 2 is learn from customer service. If you have someone that is dissatisfied with your services, make sure you address it right away. Refund them their money back. Let them know we appreciate you bringing this to our attention so that we will be able better serve you and our customers, partners, and everybody else in the future. Number three, that lesson that we learned was that don't take everything personal, because you're not going to satisfy everybody when you're running a business. There are going to be some people who like you and some people who don't like you. There are going to be some people who may feel that your products or services, they thought that it was a right fit for them, but it's not a right fit for them. They may feel that your customer service was not great, and they may feel like, from now on, I will no longer do business with them. And also, what you do in situations like that when it comes to customer service, send them respond to them right away and ask them, how can we better serve you? Tell us, what did we do wrong and how can we improve it? And then learn from that. Learn from your mistakes, because one thing I have learned is that no business owner or entrepreneur is perfect. We learn lessons. You always are going to learn lessons, and you should not be afraid to learn those lessons. Do not allow anyone to deter you from being the success that you want to be. Do not allow anyone to deter you from being successful as an entrepreneur. And don't take every complaint personally. See it as a lesson learned, because if you don't have complaints when it comes to your business, that means that something's not right. That means that you're not growing as a person when it comes to your business. I find every complaint a way for me, for us as a team, to do better when it comes to when it comes to the UBC brand. So I don't take it personally. I'm learning not to take it personally. So the first tip we have learned is to persevere. The second tip we have learned is make sure you have a virtual assistant to stay in contact with anyone, your strategic partners, your customers, sponsors, when it comes to your business, so that you don't drop the ball like we did with one of our sponsors. Number three, be willing to take the criticism and grow from it. Don't be afraid to have criticism, constructive criticism, when it comes to your business. Number four, lesson that we learned, we have created an advisory board of other entrepreneurs who have more experience than us, who can help us grow our business, who can help us make the UBC brand better, more productive, or more satisfactory to our customers, our strategic partners, and sponsors. So we have created an advisory board. So I recommend you create an advisory board. In advisory board, you don't have to pay the members. What you do is you just ask them to be on the advisory board when you're starting your business, and as your business grow, offer them a salary, or ask them how much would they charge to continue to be on your advisory board. Because there are a lot of entrepreneurs who love to see other entrepreneurs grow in their business, who love to see other entrepreneurs and business owners be successful. So create an advisory board. And number five, enjoy life. Once we did the conference, me and Alina met with our advisory board and we did a debriefing. We figured out that we need to really, really ramp up the YouTube page. We really, really need to ramp up our products and services, and we need to be visible at all times on most social media platforms. So on Wednesdays, we're going to be doing the YouTube page on Wednesdays. So I'm going to gear you towards YouTube. If you want to see us, you have to subscribe to our YouTube page in order to see us live. On Thursdays, I'm going to be using Zoom to do Facebook Live, to do my Facebook page live. That's what I'm going to do. So Wednesday show will be YouTube, and Thursday show, we will be using Zoom to do Facebook. And so I want to thank you so much for tuning in and being there. I'm just so happy with the progress that Alina and I have been making when it comes to this business. I'm just so excited. And like I said, the 5 lessons we have learned is: 1, do not give up, persevere. Number 2, take your customer service constructive criticism very seriously, so that you don't have that bad reputation of being a person, oh, you don't want to sponsor that event because 1, they're not on time, 2, they don't deliver what they say they deliver. And I am so glad that me and Alina made that executive decision to return that sponsor her money back. And we told her thank you for letting us know that you were dissatisfied. And we thank you because this teaches This will give us the opportunity to better serve our customers, sponsors, and strategic partners in the future. Number 3, we have created an advisory board, and I recommend that. I'm not talking about accountability group. I'm talking about advisory board where you connect with an entrepreneur who has been in business for at least 10 years more than you have, and they can help you look at what you're doing. You say, hey, I have this business idea, and they can, strategize and sit down with you. And when you create that advisory board, always create an odd number. Make sure you have an odd number, because you want to have an odd number on your advisory board. So when you are making executive decisions for your business, everybody can vote. And if you have a tie, say if you have 5 people on your advisory board and 2 people disagree and 2 people agree, that odd number person, that 5th person, can be the tiebreaker, whether you go with this business idea, whether you don't go with it. And that's good to have an advisory board. And I'm so glad Alina came up with that idea. And then number 4, make sure you have a virtual assistant. That's very important, so that you don't have any issues with making sure that you're in contact with your customers, sponsors, speakers, attendees when you're giving an event, because you can't do everything. So this week, we sat down and we hired a virtual assistant. We hired a video editor. We're starting to add people to that business dream team. And then number 5, whatever lessons you learn, don't take the constructive criticism seriously. Take it as a lesson learned, because as a business owner, you make mistakes. Every business owner should make at least 1 mistake per year to learn to grow. There are no perfect business owners out there. No business is perfect. The most successful businesses are successful because they learned from the mistakes they made. They looked at those mistakes as opportunities to do better, to grow, to progress to the next level. And that's what me and Alina realized, that we are no longer giving our event in June because you have graduations, summer, school ends, people get married. We have decided to push our annual Ultimate Biz Conference into October, the fall time, where people are really, really ready to start their business, revamp their business. They're really, really ready to really develop personally in their personal life and in their professional or business life, because we have realized that June is not a good month to give an event. And this will be the last one. Our next event will be next October. So we're gearing towards fall time. And I think that makes sense. And like I said, you got to learn from your mistakes. As a business owner, that's why I love the fact that I have a business partner. We have an advisory board now. We're hiring a video editor. We're hiring a virtual assistant. I'm really excited about the growth. And I will admit that we were a little taken aback from what the sponsor had to say. But then at the end of the day, when we had our meeting, we realized that this individual was correct. And we realized that next time we know with a virtual assistant, that assistant will make sure that when we say we're going to give something, we give it to the attendees, we give it to the speakers, we give it to the sponsor. We're going to make sure that we are do due diligence to be on time with deliverables. And that sponsor had the right to be upset. That sponsor had the right to call us out. And that's what you want. You want your customers to let you know in a nice, constructive way what you did wrong. You're going to have some customers that are going to try to bring you down, upset you, make you mad, or, individual strategic partners, sponsors, but you cannot allow their anger, their negativity to rub off on you. You have to keep it moving. You address the problem and you move on. And that's what I learned. That's what we learned. We addressed the problem. They let us know what the problem was. We sat down and had a meeting and we moved on from there. And we know that we need a virtual assistant. We know that we cannot do everything on our own. That's a hard thing to do when you're a business owner. You think you can wear all the hats, but you cannot wear all the hats. You have to be realistic and realize that you need that help. You have to be realistic and realize that you need help from other business owners. That's why it's important to have an advisory board. We have that. We have the video editor so that we can offer previous recordings of the UBC conference to the general public as a product or service. And we're creating products and services. That's why we created the advisory board on how we can bring our products and services to you. How can we deliver them to you? How can we introduce them to you? And we realized that we needed the video editor to take 2020 recordings and 2021 recordings, split them up, make them look professional, make them look poppy, and offer them to the public, to our customers, our paying customers, our ideal customers. So I want you to take this time to realize that as a business owner, you are going to make mistakes. As a business owner, you cannot wear all the hats. As a business owner, you have to make sure that you deliver what you say you're going to deliver when you're going to deliver it. We all make mistakes. And if there's a customer that gets mad at you and wants to blackball you, fine. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just take what they say, take their complaint, take their dissatisfaction, see it as a mistake, see it as a lesson learned, and figure out how you're going to make it better so this doesn't happen again. And I just want to thank everybody who supported us with UBC 2021. I want to thank all the speakers. I want to thank all the sponsors. I want to thank people who shared it. And another thing I learned is don't post too much when it comes to your events. Be very strategic when you're posting, because you can be put in Facebook jail. And I was put in Facebook jail. But now I'm learning how to strategically only post in my groups, only focus on my groups, only focus on people who are my ideal customers, because everybody is not your customer. So again, let me give you the 5 things we learned from UBC 2021 and how we are going to improve the UBC brand in the 3rd and 4th quarter of 2021 and move on to 2022. Number 1, make sure you have a virtual assistant when you're doing an event. Have a event planning team that includes a virtual assistant so that they can be the contact person for your speakers, for your attendees, and for your sponsors. Number 2, persevere. Don't give up. Things happen. Like today, I was supposed to start at 7:30. I was supposed to be on Facebook, but I wasn't able. So I continued and I figured out another way how to get on Facebook. Persevere and don't give up. Number 3, get you an advisory board. And make sure when you create this advisory board, always use an odd number so that if you need a tiebreaker, that odd number person can break the tie. Number 4, take your constructive criticism, take your mistakes and see them as lesson learned, and create a plan so that you won't make that same mistake again. And number 5, don't sweat the small stuff. So again, this is Diane Zimmerman, the Powerful Biz Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into the Ultimate Biz Conversation. So on Wednesdays, we're going to be streaming from our YouTube page. So you're going to have to go to bit.ly/YouTube UBC to be part of that. And then on Thursdays, we are going to be streaming live from our YouTube group in our personal page. From our Facebook group and our personal pages. And again, this is Diane Zimmerman, the Powerful Biz Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into the Ultimate Biz Conversation. And I will see you tomorrow exactly at 7:30, because I'm going to figure out how to use Zoom early and learn how to use it so I can go ahead and use that on Thursdays. We'll be using Zoom and broadcasting strictly from Facebook, and we'll be using StreamYard to broadcast strictly from YouTube. And eventually I should be able to use StreamYard for all 3 platforms. That's why you always have to have a backup plan. If one platform doesn't work, use another platform. And again, this is Diane Zimmerman, the Powerful Biz Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into the Ultimate Biz Conversation. Hang in there, my fellow business owners, my fellow entrepreneurs, and don't give up on your dreams. And again, this is Diane Zimmerman, the Powerful Biz Woman, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, and I will be on time at 7:30. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening.